Hey guys, so today I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about what some of our staple items are. My video last week talked about when you switch to a plant-based diet, making sure that you restock your cabinets with some plant-based staple items. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like for us so that you can get an idea of places to start, and if you don't like the products that we've chosen that we like, just experiment around, but I just wanted to show you some of the options that you have. So I'm going to start by going over some of the dairy replacements that we have. This is the Ripple dairy-free milk. Levi drinks this, and we also use it for cooking. We also use the Silk soy milk. It is non-GMO. Look for that in the soy milk. And that's what me and Derek use. This is a dairy-free yogurt. It's from Silk. They have a few different flavors. Levi likes this one. This one's soy. Other options available are coconut milk, almond milk, and even one that's a pea protein. This is a cheese, a vegan cheese. It's called Daya. These are cheddar cheese slices, and we use these for Levi's grilled cheeses, or we make quesadillas for him. They have a few different kinds of cheeses that you could use for like pizza or whatever, but that's the one that we get the most. Instead of butter, we use this Earth Balance. It tastes just like butter. They also have a lot of different varieties. This is soy-free, this one's organic. We like the organic one, and it melts just like butter as well. Then we have a couple of our protein sources. This is tempeh. It's a fermented soy product. Looks like this inside of the package, and we use that several times a week. The other product that we get is tofu. Again, it's organic soy. You want to make sure it's at least non-GMO or organic, and we use that probably once a week. We have a couple of spreads and dips that we use. We get hummus a lot. We love hummus for snacking or putting in wraps or putting on salads. And then we also have some guacamole. We get it in these little cups, but you could get a big tub of it if you eat a lot of it. For drinks, we usually drink bottled water. Derek's been doing some iced tea lately, or he drinks this Vita Coco coconut water. And then we also get kombucha. It's a fermented tea beverage, and we don't drink this like as a beverage. We just take 1 or 2 shots of it a day just for the probiotic benefits of it. Alright, next we have whole grain pasta. Almost all pasta is plant-based, but some noodles do have egg in them, so you want to check the ingredients for that. It doesn't have to be a whole grain, that's just what we get. We usually get penne, but I just had spaghetti on hand right now. And of course, to go with that, we have some marinara sauce. Same thing, most basic marinara sauces are plant-based, but you want to check for any meat or cheese ingredients on the label. This is one of our favorite products. Annie's Organic Vegan Shells and Creamy Sauce. So it's very similar to mac and cheese. It's not supposed to be an imitation cheese flavor, but it gets the same, satisfies the same craving, we'll say. So we like that one a lot. It's really easy. You can find it in some grocery stores. We ordered a case off of Amazon just because it was cheaper. We also use a lot of these brown rice noodles. Sorry, there's not much of a visual here. They look like this. My box is almost gone, but I usually use these once a week. We make some sort of Asian noodle dish, and it uses the brown rice noodles. They also cook up really fast, so that's awesome. We do also get, so I have some like regular rice, but that takes a while to cook, so I keep some of this on hand, either the boiling bag one, or sometimes I get the minute brown rice, so that if I need to get dinner done quick, I have that on hand, and it's really fast and easy. Similarly, we have some of these. We always have these. Derek really likes them for when I'm at work. They're the pre-made rices. These ones are organic, so I love that about them. They have probably like 6 or 7 different varieties, and you just rip off the top and pop it in the microwave for 90 seconds. So those are really nice to have on hand as well. We use quinoa. If you haven't heard of quinoa, check it out because quinoa is awesome. It comes in all different colors. This one's just a white quinoa. We sometimes get like a tricolor so it doesn't matter what kind you get. And it cooks really similarly to rice, but faster than rice. So Derek uses this a lot for his lunches. He'll do quinoa and like beans, or sometimes I use it for dinner. And we buy this stuff in bulk, that's why it's in jars. We buy hemp hearts, and hemp hearts come from the hemp plant, and they are a complete protein source. There's something like 4 grams of protein per tablespoon. So we use these a lot on top of like pasta. Instead of Parmesan cheese, we'll use this, and this is called nutritional yeast. We'll put both of these on. This just boosts up the protein, and there's just a lot of really good stuff in it. And this nutritional yeast, I put it in a Parmesan cheese shaker because we buy it in bulk, so that one comes in a bag, so this just makes it easier. And this, you might have heard about, it adds sort of a cheesy flavor. I don't think it tastes just like cheese, but similarly to like the mac and cheese that I showed you, it gets that craving out of the way. So we use this on pasta, if we make a pizza, or sometimes some of the recipes that I make, like a vegan French toast actually calls for a little bit of this in the mixture that you dip the bread in. So we always have that on hand. And then, okay, so these are a few like sauces and stuff like that. This is tamari. You could get regular soy sauce. This just is gluten-free. We do have some friends that are gluten-free, so if we want to have them over for dinner, I make sure that I use this. I get the low sodium one just because I think it's still plenty salty. We also use a lot of rice vinegar, especially in the Asian dishes that I make. Calls for that, so I always have some of that. This is liquid aminos, and what this is it's similar to soy sauce, but it just has like, I don't know, a different flavor. Let me think. I don't know. I can't figure out like the words to distinguish the difference between this and soy sauce, but it's different. And so we use this a lot when we are cooking up tempeh, or like making tempeh bacon. It calls for this. And we really like this in certain things, but you can use like this and tamari pretty interchangeably, or soy sauce. We have tahini, and tahini is sesame seed butter, essentially, and we use that in a lot of the Asian dishes as well. It's also an ingredient in hummus if you're making your own hummus. And we get peanut butter. I like the unsalted one. I like this Teddy all natural because the only ingredients in it are peanuts. There's no sugar or salt or hydrogenated oils, so this is the one that I like to get. And we have sun butter, which similarly is just butter that comes from sunflower seeds instead of like peanuts. And then this is fantastic, Justin's maple almond butter. It's so good. We love to have this on these English muffins. Toast these with some of the almond butter on it. So good. Or I put it in oatmeal. Alright, and then we have olives. We always have a couple of cans of olives on hand. Levi loves them as either a snack or with his lunch, so we keep a couple of cans of those. I usually do get the low sodium ones, but they didn't have them in stock, so I got these regular ones. And this funny looking thing here is jackfruit. Jackfruit's like an Asian fruit. You'll find it in like the Asian section of the grocery store if they have it at your grocery store. This one I got from the Asian grocery. So if you can't find it at your local grocery store, look around for an Asian grocery store. And I was really pleased because this was half the price that I was paying at the regular grocery store. So I stocked up on these. Jackfruit is used as like a meat replacement. You can make like pulled pork with it, and it has like a similar texture to the pulled pork, so that's really cool. But it doesn't have a lot of protein, so it's not like a protein replacement. We get these Heinz baked beans. Sometimes we do get, I didn't take them out, let me grab them. These bushes, the brown sugar hickory, or they also have the vegetarian kind, but these ones have a lot of sugar. This one is in a tomato sauce, so it's this one has 7 grams of sugar, this one has 16, so you can see there's a pretty big difference there. And we will use these for like a quick lunch on the weekend when we just gotta eat something real quick before we run out the door. We'll have these like over rice. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually pretty good. And then I'm not going to show you all the different kinds of beans that we have because we get a lot of different varieties, but these are kidney beans, and then we also usually have black beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, and you can do those dry as well. They just take a little bit more work because you have to soak them overnight, so we like to keep the canned ones because I'm busy enough chasing after a toddler. I don't need any more time taken away from my day. Alright, here we have some snacks. We love graham crackers. These are mostly for Levi. We usually keep a whole package of them in the diaper bag, but sometimes me or Derek likes to munch on these too, like late night when we're watching a movie. It's just a nice snack, the chocolate ones, or the honey ones if you're not vegan. So we're plant-based versus vegan, so we do have products with honey in them. We get these pretzel crisps. So I'm kind of in like the snack section now in case you didn't gather that. Pretzel crisps, we love these with the hummus or with the guacamole even. These are cookies. Every kitchen has to have some sort of sweets in it, right? You've probably heard that Oreos are vegan, which is true, but they also are made with like, I don't even know what the ingredients are. So we choose these ones. They're back to nature. They're non-GMO. So even though I know they're still not healthy, I feel like they're not as bad as Oreos, and we actually like the way that they taste better. So these are the ones we get. We usually have some sort of tortilla chips. Lately we've been liking these sweet potato tortilla chips, or the other brand that we like is the Food Should Taste Good brand, sweet potato chips. And most tortilla chips are plant-based. You just want to watch out for ones that have like cheddar or ranch flavor, because most of the time, like 9 out of 10 times, those have dairy in them as well. And our latest obsession, white cheddar skinny pop. And even though I just said watch out for the cheddar varieties of tortilla chips, these ones are actually vegan. It's like a non-dairy cheddar flavoring that they put on. So this is really good, or we get the regular one sometimes. If you're getting microwave popcorn, you need to read the label really carefully because most of them do have milk in them, but some of them do not. We get wheat thins. Again, just a really great snack. We usually have them with hummus, or I get the chipotle kind, which I just eat plain because they're so good. These fig bars we get for Levi. They're kind of like Fig Newtons, except they're made with whole grain. So we really like that about them. They're non-GMO, you can see here. And they come in a bunch of different flavors. They have blueberry, raspberry, apple, fig. I just got like some peach apricot one that he hasn't tried yet. But these are really good because they are pretty high calorie. There's 2 of them in a package, and 1 piece is 110 calories. So for Levi, or like if you have a toddler running around that needs to make sure that they're getting the calorie intake, this is a really great snack. I usually keep these in the diaper bag too. They travel well. We have my favorite Lara bars. This one is chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. And Lara bars are awesome because most of them are like 5 ingredients or less. So if you like eat clean, then they usually do fall into that set of guidelines. So the main ingredients in Lara bars are cashews and dates. So you're getting a little bit of fruit and some nuts. So they're just really wholesome. They're pretty high calorie because of that, but they're good, healthy calories. And I like the cookie dough one because it has the chocolate in it, so if I'm craving chocolate, it's a nice little snack. So if you want a little more protein, like maybe you work out, that's pretty much the reason we have this. This is for when we work out. But this Vega protein powder is awesome. It comes in a bunch of different flavors. Derek likes the vanilla one. I like the coconut almond. They also have chocolate and berry. I think they have some sort of chai or something as well. So that's really good, either on its own or blended into a smoothie. And then similarly, for if you're looking for the protein route, these Cliff Builders protein are plant-based. You do want to watch out if you're looking for these. They have another one that's the whey protein, and whey is an ingredient that comes from milk. So make sure you're looking for the builder's protein, and if you're not sure, take a look at the ingredients. The first ingredient is soy protein isolate. So, or isolate, I might have said that wrong. But these are awesome for if you work out, want a little extra protein throughout the day. I wouldn't recommend them as like a meal replacement just because there's no fruits or veggies in them, but they're pretty good. Here is some of our frozen stuff. We get frozen vegetables, all different kinds, spinach, mixed vegetables, butternut squash. I also have like peas, corn, green beans. We get a lot of different stuff frozen because it's easy and it's quick. And it's easier to keep that kind of stuff on hand than having like fresh peas. Like, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to explain that. These are Levi's favorite breakfast, Farm Rich cinnamon French toast sticks. They also have an original that he likes almost as much. I was really pumped when I found these because they actually don't have any animal products in them. I don't know how they make them taste so delicious. There's probably some sort of like artificial stuff in there, but so I wouldn't say that they're health food, but they're tasty, and Levi really likes them, so he gets that for breakfast a couple of times a week. This is Ezekiel bread, and you find this in the frozen section. It's made from sprouted grains, and I don't really know all of the health implications of that, but I know that it's way better for you than regular bread. It's higher in protein and like complete protein or something along those lines. So we get this. We don't eat a lot of bread. We usually have this on hand in case we want to make like peanut butter and jelly or something like that. For Levi, I usually get like whole wheat bread, like a regular loaf of whole wheat bread, or the whole wheat white bread for grilled cheeses, or a sandwich for him, just because it's a little bit less fiber in it, so it doesn't fill him up as much, so he eats more, so he gets the calories that he needs. These little babies are the best dessert ever. So delicious, dairy-free coconut milk ice cream sandwiches. They also have ones that are like dipped in chocolate that are even better, but Levi likes these, and they're the perfect size for him. They're mini, so like they're tiny. So if you're like trying to do portion control, like you want a dessert but you don't want to go overboard, these are a really awesome alternative. There's only 90 calories in one, so those are really good. They also have, his brand has like pints of ice cream, all different flavors that are also good. Always have some of these on hand, either the sweet potato fries or the sweet potato tater tots. Sometimes I get regular fries, but we usually stick with sweet potato. It's nice for when Derek is making dinner for him and Levi, and they have those little Gardein chicken tenders that I had in my grocery haul video. They usually have these with them. Or if I'm making like a veggie burger for dinner, make some of these on the side. We like a sweet potato just because there's more nutrients in it than regular potatoes. Alright, so disclaimer before I show you these is we try not to use frozen meals, but sometimes life happens and you need to get dinner out really quick and you don't have the time to cook. So we usually keep a couple of things on hand for situations like that. These are both products from Amy's. Amy's has a lot of like vegan certified dinners, so that's a great place to look. Kashi also has some good ones. This is a macaroni and cheese. This is for Levi. Derek and I aren't really too fond of this. It's not bad, but it's not our favorite. We prefer that Annie's mac and cheese that I showed you. But for him, he loves this. Like if he sees this box, if he was awake and not napping right now, he would be begging me for this mac and cheese. He loves it. And then this one is me and Derek's favorite right now. It's Chinese noodles and veggies in a cashew cream sauce. It has like some tofu in there too. It's really good. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's delicious. I could probably eat this every night for dinner if I had to. I already showed you these English muffins for either a snack or breakfast with that almond butter. These are some of the cereals that we get. I get a lot of the Kashi cereals. This one's really good. It has like that fruit in the middle. If you've tried the Frosted Mini Wheats Touch of Fruit, I think it's called, it's the same idea. It just doesn't have the frosting on it. And what I really like about this is that it is organic. Most cereals in the cereal aisle are genetically modified, so all the cereals that we get now are at the very least non-GMO certified, or they're organic, which by definition means they're non-GMO. This one is one of Levi's cereals. It's from the Nature's Path brand. They have some really great kids cereals. And this one is called Gorilla Munch. It's like Corn Puffs. We get this instead of Kix. He used to really like Kix, but they are made with genetic modification. So we switched away from that. These ones are organic too. So if your kid likes Kix, I would highly recommend these. They're really good. If your kid likes Cheerios, please switch to an organic version of them. You can get them at Walmart. The Walmart brand has great value. It's called, has organic Cheerios. Look for that because it's worth it. Cheerios are just, I guess I've heard, riddled with like pesticides and bad things. So switch to the organic, please, for the sake of your kids. And the last thing that I have to show you today is these Cedars wraps. We get the whole wheat version, and it's pretty straightforward. We use these to make wraps with. Go figure. I usually also have some like tortillas on hand, smaller flour tortillas, for if we make tacos, or sometimes larger burrito size ones, or you can use these for burritos too. But that is some of the staples that we keep in our house. I would love to hear what staples you keep in your house if you are plant-based, or if you're not plant-based and trying to switch over. If there's something that you really like that's not plant-based and you're trying to find an alternative for it, maybe I haven't covered it here, or you can't find the variety that I've shown you here, leave a comment. I would love to help you find an alternative, because I want to make it as easy for you as possible to eat plant-based if that's what you want to do. So thanks for watching, you guys. I look forward to making more videos for you. Hope that you've enjoyed learning about some of the things that we eat in our kitchen, and I hope that it's inspired you to go ahead and check out your cabinets and see what sort of things you can make switches for, from not plant-based to plant-based. So bye, you guys. I'll see you later.